happening, everyone? Hello, hello. Welcome to Ed Talk TV special edition, I guess you could say. If you're new around here, be sure to say hello down in the comments. That was a quick little video clip that we created just before the show. Hopefully you liked it. If you missed it, you can watch it at the beginning. But I wanted to talk to you guys today about Zoom meetings, public Zoom meetings. So drop in the comments, even if you're watching the replay, if you are starting to use Zoom more because of what's happening in the world. While you're doing that, I'll introduce myself because some of you may be new. Typically, we do Ed Talk TV, which is all of this, on Mondays at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time here on the page. But because of what's going on and because so many people are utilizing Zoom, which is a fantastic video conferencing program, mostly dedicated for professionals having virtual meetings, but given the current situation going on in the world, Zoom is being used for coffee chats, meetups, happy hour parties, you name it, you're probably seeing it. If not, you're already experiencing it. How many of you have been in a Zoom meeting? Even if you're watching the replay, let me know down below. What I wanted to do, though, was pop in today to caution you / give you a tip around Zoom meetings, because this came up in the news and I don't see anybody really talking about this. It like popped up and then it was gone, and I haven't really seen anybody talk about it. So I wanted to give you guys some tips here around creating public Zoom meetings. So if you're new and you don't know what Zoom is, it's a video conferencing. I'm going to show you their website, so you'll have the logo in your mind. You'll be able to see it. But when it comes to Zoom, it's a great option for you to be able to virtually meet, even if you're not a professional. You're just wanting, or you don't want to do it for a professional. You want to meet with your friends because, let's face it, we can't be in person. Zoom is a great option to do that. But if you're going to publicly share the link to your Zoom meeting, you're going to want to take a step back from sharing it directly, only because this is the only reason why I caution you to do this. Let me know if you're just joining, if you're using Zoom and how you're using it right now, given what's going on in the current climate. But when it comes to Zoom and creating your meetings, I want you to make sure that if it's going to be public, that you don't share the link publicly, only because if you do, it is convenient. I will say that if you share it publicly, it's convenient, right? We just copy and paste, or we just click and we go. The problem with this, though, is that when you post it publicly, while you and I have good intentions and we actually just want to make it easy for people to join and have a good time, there's people out there that are very bored, more so now than ever, and will probably jump on your Zoom and spam. Now, this came up in the news recently where because everyone is jumping to Zoom and using this for both personal and professional, they're starting to see a spike in spammers because, again, people can just click the link if it's public, or the spammers are, coming up with random numbers and characters to make it work. That's another story. But what they're doing is they're jumping into these meetings, and what's happening is they're doing things that are inappropriate, maybe showing inappropriate material. And because you're the host of the meeting, that's going to make you feel a little uneasy, right? You're going to say, oh, geez, especially if tech is not your thing. So what I want you to do is make sure that you take a step back from publicly sharing. And I'm going to show you an example here in just a minute. Let me go ahead and share my screen with you guys. Be sure to say hello if you're joining, even if you're watching the replay. And let me know if you're using Zoom. How are you using it? There's a lot of fun things that I'm seeing out there. So here's what Zoom is. If you haven't seen them before, you can go to zoom.us. This I'm going to pop in the comments, because this is something that if you are hosting a Zoom meeting, you are going to want to take a look at this link. Why? Because this talks about changing your settings. This is going to be huge, especially if you're new to Zoom, but many of you who have probably used Zoom one-on-one have never done group stuff, so this is a great resource for you. I want to make sure that you guys are putting this, and I'm going to put this, I'm doing a watch party on my personal page, profile, I should say, so I just popped that in the comments too. I want you to know that this is a good place for you to go for Zoom meetings to make sure that you change your settings. Now, who is using Zoom? Let me know. So in here, there's great things. Yes, it's a long list of things here, but listen, if you're going to be hosting a meeting, you want to make sure that you're at least a little prepared, even if it's just for fun and having happy hour, okay? There's the meeting tabs. You can schedule a meeting, and many of you are doing that, and I'm going to show you a great example of what I would like you to start doing if you're not already doing this. So bear with me. I also just want to point out here is basics, in meeting basics. So when you're in a meeting, you can also do this. Look, check this out. How many of you use Canva? Anybody? Anybody use Canva? Well, guess what? Canva now has free Zoom virtual backgrounds. What that means is that you can take one of their templates and you can put it behind you depending on your computer system. My computer is getting up in the numbers there in age, so I can't use it on mine yet. But it's super cool that you're able to now pick from different backgrounds. Let me go ahead and get that for you. I'll put that in the chat for you. Boom. So there's that. And let me make sure I put that over here as well. Awesome. Okay, so that's going to be your those options for your backgrounds, but really take a look at this settings situation here. Now, when it comes to posting your link, what I would like you to start doing, Lindsay says, that's cool. I wonder if it works using Zoom on the iPhone. For the backgrounds, Lindsay, I think it does, if I recall. It just goes off of a certain system in our number in your system, meaning the software. I haven't tried it on my phone, but I'm pretty sure that they do. I read this last week, so maybe they don't. Bear with me. There's so much information that I'm trying to get for you guys, but test it, see. But I know for desktop, you can do that in the settings as well. So you have different things. Look, you can even do file transfers, you guys. I was on a Zoom call the other day with a few business professionals, and we ended up transferring a PowerPoint within Zoom because it was too large to send via email. Did you guys know you could do that? It's super cool. So understand, Zoom has a lot of features. Many of you probably won't even need all those features, but this page is going to be great for you to see. Look at, you can even do polling. So if you're hosting a meeting, you're having a happy hour, you can put up a poll and make it fun. Like, this is the cool stuff that I want you to start testing, because now is the time, right? You know I'm all about live broadcasting, being on camera. That's what I help you with. Zoom is a great resource for you to practice and get started, even if you're not into the live broadcasting yet. You will be once you take the course. My course is now available, FYI. So here's the advanced situation. These breakout rooms, crazy, so crazy. So there's a lot of things that you can do here. Now, the example, because it talks about this, right? Let's back up. You create a Zoom meeting. You want to bring in as many of your friends as possible. So you want to just go post it on Facebook or Instagram or LinkedIn or whatnot. Stop. Take a step back, because you're learning right now. So it's okay if you've already done this, no worries, you're learning. But I want you to not post that publicly. Instead, either message it to them, individuals, or if you really want it to be, quote, public, then I want you to do something like this. One of my friends on Facebook, Elizabeth, created this virtual coffee community. I asked for permission, so she allowed me to share this. But she created a landing page. Here is the information that she is asking people. And again, you could do as little or as much as you want here. But my point that I want to get across to you is I want to see some kind of barrier, right, to entry. Yes, it's a little inconvenient for people, but it's going to help you in the long run, especially being a host. Having something where people sign up to get the information is way better than just popping it out there when it comes to a public Zoom meeting. Because again, you don't want to have someone come in and spam, or at least let this help prevent that, right? So what she did here is she put a first name, last name, email, phone number required, and then she even asked for preferences. because she's building this out, right? And then best times. Because again, everyone's on different time schedule or time zones, and our schedules are all over the place right now. So this gives her an idea of what could work. And then I love having extra space to put in information. Message, if you have any other information, pop it there, and then you can hit submit. Listen, you can do this from probably any of the programs you already are using. You don't need to go get a new program. If you have MailChimp, MailChimp allows you to do this. If you have MailerLite, easily can do this. The point here that I'm trying to get across is I want you to create your Zoom meeting, get the information, and then create a sign up, a landing page, if you will, for people to put in their information that then you send that information for the Zoom. That way, one, you collect their personal information, so that way you can follow up with them later. And two, they get what they need, right? Versus just publicly putting it on Facebook where anybody can click on it or share it and it can get in the wrong hands. So really, really pay attention to that. And if you need help with that, then reach out. In fact, join the network, the Why Notter network here, and I'll help you with that, because that's something that we can do as a training inside there. The other thing I want to show you, if you're not using Zoom, then here is another app. It's for small groups though. You have to have 8 people or less. But this was an app that actually Facebook tried to acquire a while back. And as far as I know, they haven't been able to, but they wanted to because it's so popular. And it's been a long time since I've used it, so I actually just re-downloaded it. And I'm going to test it out with a group of friends here because some are iPhone, some are Android, some have Facebook, some don't. And so to kind of get us all together face-to-face, we're going to try this app out this week. If you're watching, I'm gonna let you know some info here soon. But it's called House Party. Anybody, even if you're watching the replay, anybody use House Party? This is a free app that you can download. Though what I really like about it, you can have up to 8 people at a time on there. But what's cool about it is that it also has games built in, and you can use it across your devices. Now tell me, how many of you think that that is super cool? Raise your hand, drop an emoji. Like, you can use this from iPhone to Android to your computer to the web browser. So you can get the whole family in on this. It doesn't matter what device they're on. So I'm really excited to be jumping back on this and testing this out, because it has been a long time since I've been on there. But really, really test these and see. I put the things in the comments. Missy says, I just heard of it yesterday. Yeah, House Party. Listen, you guys, if Facebook is trying to acquire a business, you know it's good. You know it's good. This is their competition. So, you know, I love me some Facebook, but this House Party is something that you should be looking into for your small group parties, your group chats, because it's interesting. So anyway, I hope that that's helpful and that you guys now have a better idea of how to use Zoom and maybe House Party for your get-togethers. Keep me posted on them. I would love to hear how they go. Tomorrow, I'm actually doing one. It's going to be via Zoom. It is inside the network, but you're welcome to join. You can sign up for the free 3-day trial, so you don't pay anything. You can join and hang out with us. We're going to do a training. It's going to be a lot of fun. And yeah, so come join us, hang out with us. We want to see your face and get to know you, and you can share who you are and what you do. It'll be a lot of fun. So I hope that that's helpful and that you guys have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much for tuning in. And if you need anything, just let me know and I'll point you in the right direction. All right.